हेलो, हेलो, all of you join. Hello, all of you join. Hello, all of you join. So far, only 19 students joined. All of you join. Only 21 students joined. What about other students? Only 21 students joined. Hello, in the last class, we are discussing some problems on flat plate under laminar boundary layer condition. So two problems have been solved in the last class. So whenever there flow on a flat plate and under laminar boundary conditions, what is the critical Reynolds number? Critical Reynolds number for laminar flow for a flat plate, 5 into 10 power 5. That's why for any problem, first you have to calculate the Reynolds number. You have to verify whether Reynolds number is less than 5 in 10 power 5 or not. So if it is less than 5 in 10 power 5 or 5 lakhs, then the flow is laminar. That's why whenever there is flow on a flat plate, so some temperatures, velocities will be given, and at bulk mean temperature, that's temperature of the fluid plus temperature of the plate surface divided by 2. At the bulk mean temperature, you are supposed to take properties of the given fluid, and by using that properties, you'll be able to calculate boundary thickness, thermal boundary thickness, local skin friction coefficient, average skin friction coefficient, shear stress, like that, shear force, drag force, like that, local convective transfer coefficient, average convective transfer coefficient, and heat transfer rate, like that, number of parameters you have number of parameters you have calculated for the given problems. The last class we have solved two problems. Next, continuation to that laminar flow on a flat plate, we will solve one more problem on this laminar flow of a flat plate. After that, we will go for turbulent flow, and we will solve one or two problems under turbulent flow. So all these flows are comes under external flows. External flows means the air flow on a flat plate outside, and also air flows on the outside surface of the tube or pipe, that is outside surfaces. Similarly, there are inside flows also, outside flows. So far, we are discussing outside flow on a flat plate. Okay, na? So we have solved two problems in the last class. Now, continuation, third problem, fluid flow on a flat plate under laminar flow conditions, laminar boundary layer flow or laminar flow. How do you verify whether the flow is laminar or not? By calculating critical Reynolds number. What is the critical Reynolds number for a flat plate? What is the meaning of critical Reynolds number? It is the Reynolds number at which flow changes from laminar to turbulent, or laminar to other condition. So that Reynolds number is known as critical Reynolds number. Still the number of students are 35 only. What about remaining students? Okay. So next problem on this flat plate for laminar conditions only, laminar flow condition only. Laminar flow condition only. So air at atmospheric pressure under 200 degrees centigrade flows over a plate with a velocity of 5 meters per second. So air temperature 200 degrees centigrade, that is T free stream 200 degrees centigrade. It is flowing with a velocity of 5 meters per second. U free stream 5 meters per second. And the plate is 15 mm wide. Width of the plate B 15 mm and is maintained at a temperature of 120 degrees centigrade. Here the temperature, surface temperature of the plate 120 degrees centigrade. Here for this problem, calculate the thickness of the hydrodynamic and thermal boundary layers. For this plate, you have to calculate delta and delta TH. Thickness of the hydrodynamic boundary layer, that is delta. And thickness of thermal boundary layer, that is delta TH. And also you have to get local heat transfer coefficient. At a distance of, local heat transfer coefficient at a distance of 0.5 meters from the leading edge, LE leading edge. So you have to calculate local HX value at a distance X value 0.5 meters from the leading edge. Assume that the flow is on one side of the plate. So only one side of the plate. That's why you have to calculate the surface area on one side. So what you have to calculate here given, if a T free stream, temperature of the air 200 degrees centigrade, velocity of the air 5 meters per second, the width of the plate 15 mm, and the plate is maintained a temperature of 120 degrees centigrade. Surface temperature Ts 120 degrees centigrade. For this you have to calculate the boundary thickness delta, hydrodynamic boundary thickness delta, and thermal boundary thickness delta Th, and local heat transfer coefficient Hx at a distance of x of 0.5 meters. So local heat transfer coefficient Hx. Assume that the flow is on one side of the plate. So that is the given problem. Already we have solved two problems in the last class. Next, so first and foremost step, so you have to note down that properties of this air at a bulk mean temperature. How do you calculate bulk mean temperature? 200 plus 120 divided by 2. So here density 0.815 kg per meter cube, and dynamic viscosity 24.5 10 power minus 6 Newton second per meter square. Prandtl number 0.7. Thermal conductivity K equals 0.0364 watt per meter Kelvin. So Reynolds number, first you have to verify whether the flow is laminar or not. If the flow is laminar, then only you are supposed to use the available equations. Okay, Reynolds number Rex. How do you calculate Reynolds number? So if you know the dynamic viscosity, rho into velocity into x by mu. If you know the kinematic viscosity, velocity into x by kinematic viscosity. That is Reynolds number Rex is equal to U free stream into x divided by kinematic viscosity. Okay na? So here, but kinematic viscosity not available. Then you have to calculate kinematic viscosity at dynamic viscosity by density. Okay na? So if free stream 5 meters per second and x at a given value of x of 0.5 meters. So divide by kinematic viscosity is equal to dynamic viscosity mu by rho. So mu value 24.5 10 power minus 6 divided by density of the air or density of the fluid 0.815. And if you simplify this one, your Reynolds number is 83,163. 83,163. Since Reynolds number Rex is less than 5 into 10 power 5, hence the flow is laminar. That's why you have to verify first whether the flow is laminar or not. Then only you will be able to use the available equations for delta, delta TH and local heat transfer coefficient. So once verification is over, after verification of whether the flow is laminar or not, then finally if you know the flow is laminar, then you will straight away use the available equations. Okay na? First bit, boundary thickness at x is equal to 0.5 meters, delta. But how do you calculate delta? Delta is equal to 4.64 into x divided by square root of Rex. So that is equal to 4.64 into x value 0.5 divided by square root of Rex 83,163. That is equal to. So by using straight away the formula for laminar boundary layer on a flat plate, already we derived this equation. So you can get the boundary thickness, hydrodynamic boundary thickness is calculated as 8.05 mm. Once you got the delta, how do you calculate second bit? Thermal boundary thickness delta TH. Delta TH. Thermal boundary thickness. How do you calculate delta TH is equal to delta by Prandtl number. So we are having the relation delta TH by delta is equal to 0.975 divided by Prandtl number to the power 1 by 3 from the previous derivations. From that relation, delta TH, that thermal boundary thickness is equal to delta by Prandtl number to the power 1 by 3. That is equal to Prandtl delta. So in mm, 8.05, 8.05 divided by Prandtl number 0.7. Prandtl number 0.7 whole to the power 1 by 3. That is equal to, if you calculate this one, 9 mm. Thermal boundary thickness delta TH is equal to 9 mm. Okay na? Like that you can easily calculate. So the problems are very easy, but you have to know the formula. But these formulas are available from the derivations. And also sometimes you may get this formula from the heat and mass transfer data book also. If you practice number of problems, if you verify heat and mass transfer data book, in that the some formula available, you can straight away note down those formula from the data book and you can calculate. And you can calculate the required parameters. Okay, na? Next third bit, local heat transfer coefficient. What is local heat transfer coefficient? How do you denote local heat transfer coefficient? Hx. So how do you calculate local heat transfer coefficient for a flat plate? Hx is equal to, already derived this equation, 0.332 into k by x into Rex to the power 1 by 2 into Prandtl number to the power 1 by 3. That is equal to 0.332 into. So thermal conductivity of the fluid, the K is equal to K value 0.0364 from the tables. So 0.0364 for air, for fluid is air. So at a bulk mean temperature, K value 0.0364 divided by X value at a given value of X of 0.5 meters. That's why 0.0364 divided by 0.5 into Reynolds number you have calculated 83,163 to the power 1 by 2. 1 by 2 into Prandtl number to the power 1 by 3. So Prandtl number to the power 1 by 3. So Prandtl number value 0.7 whole to the power 1 by 3. So that is equal to 6.189. So local heat transfer coefficient Hx is equal to 6.189 watt per meter square Kelvin. Okay, na? Like that. So you'll be able to solve number of problems under this flat plate under laminar boundary conditions. They are very easy once you know the formula and once you derive the equations, and by knowing the concept in a clear-cut manner, solving of problems under convection heat transfer is very easy. But the only thing is you have to know the concept, you have to practice the derivations, and from the derivation you'll be able to get the equations, and you have to take the equations. You can easily solve these parameters. Okay, na? So like that. So far we have completed fluid flow on a flat plate under laminar flow conditions. Next, similar analysis. Similar analysis. So that's about laminar flow. For on a flat plate, so after laminar flow, the transition flow, after that, the turbulent flow. For turbulent flow, it is to some extent here, the mathematical relations are complicated. And analysis to some extent mathematically difficult. Even though difficult, they have arrived some equations. So forced convection. This is what is there is velocity, that is known as forced convection only. The fluid is flowing on a flat plate with the velocity. If it gives like that, it is forced convection heat transfer only. So forced convection heat transfer on a flat plate, flow over a flat plate. And but here, turbulent flow conditions. The turbulent boundary layer are thicker. So turbulent boundary layers are thicker when compared with laminar boundary layers. So following a similar analysis of laminar flow, a turbulent flow, by getting the velocity distribution, temperature distribution, so you will be able to get the equation for delta, and equation for shear stress, equation for local skin friction coefficient, average skin friction coefficient, and so it transfer like that. So here, so straight away I'm taking the equations. So because I'm skipping the derivations, generally in the exam you won't give these turbulent flow derivations, but he may give some small problems on this, turbulent flow. So here, so velocity is not directly a function of y by delta. Here velocity is a function of y by delta whole to the power n. So here velocity approximately log y. Velocity is approximately equal to log y, and velocity profile, velocity at any given value is approximately equal to log y, and velocity ratio u by u free stream, velocity at any given value of y from the surface of the plate in y direction u, and u free stream is the velocity of the fluid. It is a function of y by delta whole to the power n. Y at any given value of y from the surface of the plate in y direction. So delta is the hydrodynamic boundary thickness. So u by u free stream is equal to here. The relation is in the turbulent flow condition, in the turbulent flow. So far we have completed the laminar flow. Now we are discussing the turbulent flow. So equation velocity ratio u by u free stream is equal to y by delta whole to the power n, where n is equal to 1 by 7. Approximately for Reynolds number less than 10 power 7 and greater than 5 into 10 power 5. If it is less than 5 into 10 power, that is laminar flow. Don't worry. Now we are considering only turbulent flow. So when the Reynolds number is greater than 5 into 10 power 5 and less than 10 power 7, you can apply this formula. U by u free stream is equal to y by delta whole to the power n. So where n is equal to 1 by 7 for the condition of Reynolds number less than 10 power 7 and greater than 5 into 10 power 5. So U by U free stream is equal to Y by delta whole to the power 1 by 7. So this law is known as 1/7 power law of turbulent flow. Sometimes standard 2 marks you may give. What is the 1/7 power law or is the power law of turbulent flow? You have to write this one. U by U free stream is equal to Y by delta whole to the power 1 by 7. So by using this elastic distribution, by using that integral momentum equation, and you'll be able to get the boundary thickness, turbulent flow, boundary layer thickness, delta. So here, delta by x in the turbulent flow is equal to constant, not 4.64. Here, 0.3771 divided by not square root of Rex. Here, Rex to the power 1 by 5. So delta by x, delta by x is equal to, in the turbulent flow, 0.371 divided by Rex, Reynolds number to the power 1 to the power Rex to the power 1 by 5. So therefore, boundary thickness delta in the turbulent flow, delta is equal to 0.371 into x. This x, if you take the right side, into x divided by Rex to the power 1 by 5. So that is equation for boundary thickness, hydrodynamic boundary thickness. Under what? Under turbulent flow. Under turbulent flow. So boundary thickness delta is equal to 0.371 into x divided by Rex to the power 1 by 5. And how do you calculate shear stress? Tau naught under turbulent flow. So rho u free stream square divided by 2 into 0.0576 divided by Rex to the power 1 by 5. Shear stress under turbulent flow conditions. How do you calculate? Tau naught shear stress at y is equal to 0. Naught means at y is equal to 0. Tau naught is equal to rho e free stream square divided by 2 into 0.0576 divided by Rex to the power 1 by 5. That is the shear stress. And from that shear stress, local skin friction coefficient CFX is equal to, local skin friction of CFX is equal to, under turbulent boundary layer condition, under turbulent boundary layer condition, local skin friction coefficient CFX is equal to 0.0576 divided by, so from here this is CFX. So shear stress tau naught rho u free stream divided by 2 into 0.0576 divided by Rex to the power 1 by 5. So here the local skin friction coefficient CFX is equal to this is the CFX equation. So CFX is equal to 0.0576 divided by Rex to the power 1 by 5. So fourth formula, otherwise average value of skin friction coefficient CF bar, that is equal to CF bar is equal to 1 by L into integral 0 to L CFX dx. So from the integration, after integration, you have to substitute the limits 0 and L. Finally, you will be getting CF bar is equal to 0.072 divided by REL to the power 1 by 5. 0.072 divided by REL to the power 1 by 5. So this is R instead of Rex, REL, because average value CF bar, average skin friction coefficient CF bar is equal to 0.072 divided by REL to the power 1 by 5. So this is applicable only when the Reynolds number is in between 5 into 10 power 5 and 10 power 7. If the Reynolds number is in between 5 into 10 power 5 and 10 power 7, then you can use this formula. Average skin friction coefficient CF bar is equal to 0.072 divided by REL to the power 1 by 5. And if the Reynolds number is greater than 10 power 7 and less than 10 power 9, so for the, okay, up to that only we will calculate the average skin friction coefficient. So for Reynolds number between 10 power 7 and 10 power 9, so our equation changes. So CF bar is equal to 0.455 divided by log REL to the base 10. So they have mathematically they have found out by conducting number of experiments on a flat plate for turbulent boundary condition, turbulent flow conditions, CF bar is equal to for Reynolds number in between 10 power 7 and 10 power 9, CF bar is equal to 0.455 divided by log REL to the base 10 only. Log REL to the base 10 to the power 2.58. That's why you must be able to remember by calculating, by practicing number of problems, the formula, or otherwise sometimes you may give in the problem, or sometimes you are supposed to take these formulae from the data books. So some of the formulas are all 90% formula may be available in the heat transfer data book. All of you verify and purchase the data books and practice at least from now onwards how to note down the data from the data books. That is very, very important. Okay, na? So these are turbulent flow boundary conditions. By using the elastic distribution equation, by following the integral momentum equation, you'll be able to calculate equation for delta, shear stress, local skin friction coefficient, average skin friction coefficient, like that. And also heat transfer data also. That is local heat transfer coefficient Hx, average heat transfer H bar, H bar, like that, heat transfer coefficient, heat transfer, like that. Under turbulent boundary layer condition also, you can follow the same procedure as that of laminar, and you can do the problems, or you can solve the problems. Okay, na? Now, so we'll solve one problem, one or two problems on this turbulent flow. So a flat plate 5 meters long and 0.75 meters wide. So a flat plate 5 meters long and 0.75 meters wide is kept parallel to the flow of water, here fluid water, kept parallel to the flow of water, which is flowing at a velocity of 5 meters per second. If the average drag coefficient for turbulent flow past this flat plate, for turbulent flow past this flat plate is expressed as CF bar is equal to 0.5, sorry, CF bar is equal to 0.455 divided by log REL to the base 10 whole to the power 2.58. He has given the formula here, but sometimes he may not give. But he has given in this problem, he has given the formula. So if the average drag coefficient for flow fast, turbulent flow fast, this flat plate is expressed as CF bar. CF bar, average skin friction coefficient or average drag coefficient, is given as this formula 0.455 divided by log REL to the base 10 whole to the power 2.58. For this, what you have to calculate? Find the drag force. Find the drag force on both sides of the plate. So while drag force, so far we have calculated only one side, that is surface area. If you calculate two sides surface area, then you'll get the drag force for the two sides on both sides of the plate. Take kinematic viscosity nu. Take kinematic viscosity nu is equal to 0.011 into 10 power minus 4 meter square per second. 0.011 into 10 power minus 4 meter square per second. Okay, na? So this is the problem. So a flat plate, length 5 meters long, length of the plate 5 meters, and width 0.7 meters. So L is equal to 5 meters, B is equal to 0.75 meters, and parallel. So this plate is kept parallel to the flow of water. So water is flowing on the plate. So what, which is flowing at a velocity of 5 meters per second. What is the velocity of water? U free stream 5 meters per second. U free stream is equal to 5 meters per second. If the average drag coefficient, if the average drag coefficient for turbulent flow past this flat plate this is a formula. Okay. So you have to calculate drag force FD for on both sides of the plate. Kinematic viscosity given as 0. Kinematic viscosity nu given as 0.011 in 10 power minus 4 meter square per second. So how to solve this problem? So here solution, given data first, length of the plate 5 meters, width of the plate 0.75 meters, velocity of water, that is velocity of flow 5 meters per second. So kinematic viscosity 0.011 into 10 power minus 4 meter square per second. So first what you have to do? First you have to verify the flow is turbulent or not. So how do you verify whether the flow is turbulent or not? By calculating Reynolds number. So REL or REX, here X is equal to L is equal to, that is 5 meters. That's why X is equal to L is equal to 5 meters. So REL, Reynolds number, is equal to, so velocity into L divided by kinematic viscosity. That is equal to velocity of water, 5 into 10 power, 5 into length of the plate, 5 into 5 divided by, so kinematic viscosity given as 0.011 into 10 power minus 4. Then you can be able to calculate REL as 22.73 into 10 power 6. 22.73 into 10 power 6. Verify whether it is greater than 5 into 10 power 5 or not. Obviously, it is 5 in greater than this value, 22.73 into 10 power 6. This is obviously greater than 5 into 10 power 5. That's why, so you can straight away write that as the Reynolds number is greater than 5 into 10 power 5, the flow comes under turbulent. That's why, so this confirms this calculation of Reynolds number, because it is greater than 5 lakhs. This confirms that the nature of flow is turbulent. Confirms that the nature of flow is turbulent. Okay, na? So first, average drag coefficient you have to calculate. So how to calculate average drag coefficient? Because here, so you have to calculate average drag coefficient. You have to calculate drag force, you require average drag coefficient. So that's why first you have to get average drag coefficient. But how do you calculate average drag coefficient for turbulent flow? CFR is equal to, for in the directly you can take this formula what is given in the problem. Or otherwise, if in the problem it is not given, you have to use either this formula or this formula. But here, even though the Reynolds number value after calculation, any type of value, but it is clearly given in the problem For calculation of average drag coefficient, CF bar is to be calculated with the given formula. That's why CF bar is equal to 0.455 divided by log REL to the base 10 whole to the power 2.58. That is equal to 0.455 divided by log, what is REL value? 27.73 into 10 power 6 to the base 10. Log REL, that is 22.73 in 10 power 6 to the base 10 whole to the power 2.58. So from this drag coefficient, average drag coefficient, CF bar is equal to 2.642 2.642 into 10 power minus 3. It does not have any unit. It is only, so because drag coefficient does not have any unit. 2.64 into 10 power minus 3. So therefore, how do you calculate drag force on both sides of the plate? Drag force, how do you calculate drag force FD? Drag force FD, F for force, D for drag. So drag force on both sides of the plate. So one side shear stress tau into area, surface area. One side shear stress tau into surface area. For two sides, 2 into tau into surface area. So for this given, how do you calculate tau naught for this? So tau naught. So rho E precision divided by into CF bar. That's why. So shear stress tau naught. Rho 2 into rho E precision divided by 2 into CF bar. The average value to be taken here because shear stress at y is equal to 0. Rho E precision divided by 2 into CF bar into area length into width, or x into b, or here x is equal to b, L is equal to 5 meters and width 0.7. If you observe this problem, so here length of the plate 5 meters, width of the plate 0.75. Surface area on one side, surface area 5 into 0.75. Two sides 2 into 5 into 10, 0.75. That's finally drag force for two sides of the plate. How do you calculate 2 into rho U pristine square divided by rho U pristine square divided by 2 into CF bar into 5 into 0.75. So here 2 get cancelled. Then the formula rho into E pristine square into CF bar into 5 into 0.75. So because what is the fluid here? Water. What is density of water? 1000 kg per meter cube. That's why density of water 1000 kg per meter cube. So 1000 into E free stream square, velocity of the water. So if you observe what is the velocity of water? Flowing at a velocity of 5 meters per second. So 5. That's why U free stream square 5. So 5 square into CF bar. What is CF bar? Just now you have calculated CF bar. CF bar is equal to 2.64 into 10 power minus 3. 2.64 into 10 power minus 3. So 2.64 into 10 power minus 3 CF bar into 5 into 0.75. So if you calculate this one, 247.68 newtons. 247.68 newtons. Like that, for turbulent flow also. So you'll be able to solve problems with the available formulae of turbulent flow. So only difference is you must be able to find out these equations from the data book or from the textbooks. If you solve number of problems, you'll be able to memorize, or sometimes you can take the data, the formula from the data book also available. Some formula may be available from the data book. So like that you can solve some problems under this turbulent flow also for a flat plate. So like this, So flow on external flows. External flows means on a flat plate. Sometimes in your syllabus, flow on a flat plate, flow on a cylinder also given. So only difference for cylinder, this is for a flat plate, flat plate for laminar flow as well as turbulent flow. But sometimes cylinder also will be given outside surface. Cylinder outside flow means outside surface of the cylinder. At that instant, surface area only will change. Remaining all others are same. All other parameters, all other calculations, all other assumptions, all other derivations. So you can use. Only difference is while calculating the surface area for a cylinder, that the equation may change. But for flat plate, that is length into width, because it is a rectangle in shape. But for cylinder, how do you calculate surface area? For a cylinder of length L, diameter D, diameter D and length L, how do you calculate surface area? So pi dl, surface area, circumference pi d into length of the cylinder. So that is surface area. That is the only difference. So for a cylinder, so flow external flows. Yes, in your syllabus he has given clearly external flows, internal flows. This is for the force convection heat transfer. External force, external flows, and internal flows. So external flows means flow on a flat plate outside and flow on a cylinder. So far we discussed flow on a flat plate for laminar flow condition as well as turbulent flow condition. But we have not covered flow on cylinder. External flows and cylinder also will be there. Only difference is only calculation of surface area. So I'm not going to do any problems on this cylinder. That's why all of you solve some problems for cylinder also. External flows of cylinders, external flows, external flow on a surface of the cylinder. Only difference is surface area will change. That is pi dl. Pi dl in the case of cylinder. Whereas in the case of flat plate, because it is a rectangle surface, so rectangular area. So that is length into x into width b. Okay na? So here after tomorrow also we'll solve one or two problems under this turbulent flow and we'll go for next internal flows. So internal flow, what is internal flow means? Just like external flow on a cylinder, for example, you take any tube, any pipeline. So steam is flowing inside a pipeline, or water is flowing inside, hot water, or water, cold water, hot water flowing inside a pipeline, and steam is flowing inside a pipeline. That is inside flow. Whenever the steam having the thermal energy, it is having temperature, velocity, and temperature of the fluid, temperature of the wall, inside wall, like that. So there are internal flows also, internal flows, fluid flow inside a pipeline, fluid flow inside a tube, and having temperatures and having the velocities, and for that also, so we have to analyze internal flows. Internal flows also to be analyzed. So once completion of this external flows, by tomorrow we'll complete external flows. After that, we'll go for internal flows. Internal flows. Okay, na? So attendance is very, very poor. Only 51 students are joined. What about remaining students? If you follow like this, so VTrans subject is a very problematic subject. So if you do not attend in classes, sometimes it is very difficult to pass. So that's why the regularity is very, very important. So at least from now onwards, you improve the attendance Okay, that's all for today. So with this, I'm closing. Any doubt? Any doubt? Only 51 students joined. What about other students? Why this much negligence for online classes? Okay. Any doubt? So shall I close? Okay, I'm closing.